Om Sadashiva-Samarambham Shankara-Acharya-Madhyamam Asmadacharya-Paryantam Vande Guru-Paramparam. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryankaravavahi Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे। ओम श्री हयग्रीवाय नमः। ओम श्री वल्लभा समेत श्री महागणाधिपतये नमः। We were about to start the new topic here. rAmAnuja-mata-khandana-poorvakam bhedsya durniroopatva-upapAdanam. So already we have been seeing that pratyaksha and even all other pramanas cannot establish bheda as a padartha or bheda itself. Now, in this context, what Ramanuja has said, what the Shruta Prakashikakara has said, all those things are being taken up now and they are being negated. And again, it is shown that bheda cannot be established. In fact, Bellangonda will establish that bheda also is anirvachaniya only. You cannot really establish it as it is there or it is not there. So it is basically a Brahma. That there is Bheda is only a Brahma and it has to go away. It is the Bheda, all the Bheda which we cognize, all that is only in the Ajnana Dasha. With Jnana Drishti, there is no Bheda. There is only one Vastu. So that is what he is going to establish now. So here he is just summarizing whatever was there in the previous section. Evam pratyakshasya Sanmatra avagahitve bhedasya durnirupatve cha prapite sati etad amrishyamanaha pratyavatisthate Ramanujaha. So Ramanuja is not able to bear or tolerate, it seems, what? That pratyaksha only establishes sanmatra. The sanmatra vastu alone is revealed by pratyaksha really. Whatever else you further assume or think it is there, it is all only avidya vritti really. So even any cognition of Veda is not pratyaksha nirupita. The pramana is only revealing sanmatra vastu. Everything else is really only avidya vritti. That's what he established. And therefore Veda is not really something one can say as it is there really. So Veda becomes durnirupa. This having been established, Ramanuja is not able to bear it or tolerate it. Therefore, he is opposing that. So, how does Ramanuja oppose and establish Veda? So, they are establishing Veda. For them, it is very important that the Vishishta and Visheshana are different. Okay, so essentially they are Dvaitins only. Although this they call themselves Vishishta Advaitin, as soon as you say Vishishta, there is no Advaita really. So here, Vastu Samsthana Rupa Jatyadi Lakshana Bheda Vishishta Vishayameva Pratyaksham. So Pratyaksha is revealing whatever is there in a Vastu. Vastu Samsthana Rupa, he calls it. Means Samsthana Rupa means Akaradi Rupa. We have to say whatever makes an object specific, correct? Because some qualities are there in each object. Those qualities make that object specific. In that process, it is actually differentiating it from everything else also. Therefore, Veda is established. That is their argument. So, Pratyaksha itself, by revealing the Vastu Samsthana Rupa Visheshanas, you can say, okay, all the qualities which are there in a particular object, those qualities actually differentiate it from others. So, Vastu Samsthana Rupa, what are there in each object means there is Jati is there. Jati, Adi Padat, you can add other things, okay, Akara, etc. Different Visheshanas. So, they have different characteristics. So each object has its own characteristics, and those those actually characterize it are those differentiated from other objects. Therefore, this itself is the Vishaya for Pratyaksha, he says. So this is revealed by Pratyaksha that each object is characterized by its own qualities, and therefore what? Sacha jatyadi lakshana vastu samsthana rupaha bhedaha sunirupaha eva iti. Therefore what? The Pratyaksha also reveals that whatever jatyadi, whatever qualities, okay, jati, etc., which are there, which characterize a particular vastu or an object or an entity, since it is there in one object, but it is not there in another object, from this only Bheda is very well established, he is saying, because certain qualities are there in one entity, certain other qualities are there in other entity. Like cow has certain qualities, horse has some other qualities. So cowness is one jati, horseness is another jati. Therefore, based on all this, also cow is walking, horse is running, let us say even kriya. So jati, kriya, guna, sambandha, these are the main things we say normally. So all these things can distinguish one entity from another. Therefore, the difference itself is established, he is saying. Vedaha is sunirupaha eva, because each entity or vastu is having its own jatyadi visheshanas. Okay. But if you say this, what? We don't accept that. Ma evam, it is not in that manner. Why? What we say is, go vastu samsthanasya sasnadehe gotvajati rupatva bhava. What we say is, whatever the sasanadi which you say is gotvam, let us say, correct? Sasanadi matvam gotvam. Sasana means the dewlap, we say, that which is there. Mostly it is not found in European cows, but Indian cows have a very big sasana. And so that is very specific to cow, so it defines the cowness. Basically, whichever characteristic is unique to a particular object, that is taken as its jati. Okay, but what we say is, these things and all you say is jati, but that itself is not jati. That is what we are going to say. Sasanadi matvam means sasana itself is not jati. Sasana is one thing. In fact, that dewlap itself appears differently in different individual cows, correct? The dewlap of one cow is not the same as the dewlap of another cow. So the sasanadi themselves are not jati. That is what we are saying first. Okay, but the sasanadis characterize a jati, but they themselves are not jati. Jati is something other than the dewlap or whatever other unique characteristics which you may have in each and every entity, which is making it different or whatever they are saying. But anyway, so what we are saying is, whatever the because he is talking jati is there in each entity, okay, and jati according to them is the sasanadimatvam, and that sasanadimatvam being there in every cow, and it is not there in every horse or something, therefore Bheda is established. So first what we are saying is, this sasanadi are just needed, correct? They are parts in a particular vastu, let us say. That part itself is not a jati. So we don't accept that sasana is jati. Jati is something other than the sasana itself. So go vastu samsthanasya sasana dehe gotva jati rupa bhavatva or abhavat. So gotva jati rupatva abhavat, because this whatever is there in an entity is its parts alone, correct? Jati and all something abstract, we have to establish separately from that. So the dewlap is basically a part of one entity or object, and that itself we cannot call it as a jati. That is what we are saying. So he is explaining that further. Ekameva sasanadi lakshanam samsthanam nahi sarveshu goshu vartate. So because jati is one, we say, which is there in each and every Vyakti, correct? But the sasana is not like that. Dewlap, the same dewlap is not there in every cow, correct? The one dewlap is bigger, another is smaller, whatever. So like that, it is all different. It is not there. The same dewlap or sasana is not there in each and every cow. Kintu bhinnameva gotvam tu sarvatra anugatam ekameva. So the sasana itself is bhinna, separate or different, but gotvam is the same in each and every cow. Okay, every cow has cowness, we say. So the dewlap itself is not jati then. Then what is it? So gotva bhede pramana abhava. Also we say that jati is different in each cow. He cannot say. Gotvam is same. That gotva is different in each cow. There is no pramana for that. Therefore, what he is saying is this samsthana bhede tu pratyakshameva pramanam. So we accept that each and every object is having its own unique parts or unique qualities. That is there in each and that akaradi vishaya bheda is there. Akaradi visheshana bheda, we have to say, in each and every entity which we see in the Vyavahara. That is pratyaksha. Samsthana bhedetu pratyakshameva pramanam nahi devadatta go samsthanameva yajnadatta gavi vartate. Whatever is there in Devadatta's cow, the same parts are not there in Yajnadatta's cow. Therefore, what? They are all different. Okay. But he's not very clear here. I think it is vartate. Tat tulyam anyadeva. Okay. So samsthana, I think jatihi it should be. I think jatistu tat tulyam anyadeva it should be. So jati is the same, but the samsthana is different. But jati is the same. Therefore, jati is different from the samsthana. Why he is attacking this is he said jatyadi samsthanam like that. But jati itself is not the samsthana is what first he is trying to establish. Jati is something different. Further, apicha khandatva mundatvadihi api vastu samsthanameva. Okay, so that cow is having a horn, etc. Correct. The other parts are also there. They are also there in each and every cow, in each and every vastu. And they are also not the same in each and every cow, correct? Natu tasya anuvrittihi drishyate visheshanatvat. I think it is visheshana, something it should be there, but basically we can understand that. What he is saying is the same parts do not appear in different cows because they are all different. They are not the same. Therefore, what he is uh, deriving from this, he is saying tasmat samsthana atiriktameva jati padavachyam gotvadi. So, Gotva, whatever you are saying as a jati, is not the same as the samsthana or the parts which make up a particular entity or an object. So, it cannot be the jati padavachyam. The samsthana is not jati padavachya. Gotva is different. So, samsthanam tu pindagata akara vishesha. So, samsthanam, whatever you call as samsthanam, that which is there in each and every entity or vastu, is that individual entities, akara vishesha means whatever forms, whatever is making up that individual entity or vastu, it is there in that individual only. It doesn't repeat, it is not the same in the others. Okay. Tat samsthanam sacha jatihi na veda padarthaha. So that samsthana and even jati is not the meaning of Veda. What we are trying to establish is samsthana is not the same as jati. Jati is not the same as Bheda. Therefore, just seeing the samsthana gata or the samsthana which is there in each and every vastu, Pindagata samsthana or Pindagata akara visheshaha itself is not the jati, and jati itself is not bheda. Therefore, seeing one or pratyaksha revealing that does not establish the other. That is the point he is trying to making. These are all different things. First, we have to understand. So, na bheda padarthaha tatha prasiddhi abhava. So, it is not prasiddhi. It's not known that jati itself is not the meaning of bheda. Bheda is something else. Okay. In fact, he is going to explain that even more clearly here. He is saying, Nahi ghatasya patad bhedaha iti vakyat anumattasya घटस्य पटात् जातिः इति घटस्य पटात् कम्बुग्रीवादि आकारः इति वा बोधः भवति अनन्वितार्थ अभिधायित्वात् तद्वाक्यस्य. Okay, so if you say this, simply somebody says ghatasya patat bhedah, so gata is different from pata, I say. So from this, what we can say is this gata does not have patas jati. Okay, gatasya patat jatihi, gatasya patat kambu grivadi akaraha. All these things, this knowledge is not there. Bheda is something different. Jati and all the akara, the samsthana which we talk about, because the kambu grivadi akara is the samsthana. So now these are all different things, correct? When you say ghatasya patat bhedaha, you remove the bheda word there and put jati or kambu grivadi akara, which is samsthana. It's not the same, correct? The knowledge doesn't take, when I say gata is different from pata, it is not equivalent to saying this gata's jati is different from pata, or gata's whatever, akara, etc., whatever is there in each and every gata or even pata, their parts are there, correct? Are different, etc. Like that, this, or it is not the same thing. That is the idea. Veda is not the same as jati or samsthana. So the jati and samsthana cannot be synonymously used with bheda. That is what he is trying to point out here. So jati is known separately as jati. The kambu grivadi akara, the whatever the parts which make up an entity, they are all known separately. So they are all, in fact, that's why he is saying ananvitartha vidhayitvat tadvakyasya. Means, see, each of these things, this anvaya is not there. Anvita artha means what? Same thing is there, or same understanding you get from different sentences, means this anvita artha you can say. But here when I say gatasya patat bedaha, gatasya patat jatihi, patat or gatasya patat kambu grivadi akaraha, like this, if I give you three sentences, the meaning for these three are not the same. Okay. So here, that tasmat, what he is saying is tasmat samsthanam va jatihi va bheda prayojakam eva natu bhedaha. So what we say is this samsthana and jati etc. can characterize this bheda or difference, but it is not bheda itself. Through the samsthana or the whatever the akara bheda, akaras, or through the jati, one can understand difference, as this is different, but difference itself is not these things. Difference is something else in our understanding. Therefore, tatra samsthanam eka jatiya vyakti bheda prayojakam. So he is further explaining. See, the samsthana, whatever is there in each and every cow, the parts, they differentiated that cow even from other cows, correct? One cow is having a sasana which is smaller, another cow is having a sasana which is bigger, or one cow's sasana is one color, white color, another is black color, etc. So whatever is there The akaradi bheda in each and every vyakti, it differentiates that vyakti from another vyakti in the same jati itself. It is useful to differentiate. Okay. So samsthana helps us to differentiate the individuals in a jati. Okay. And jati can also help us to differentiate two individuals belonging to different jati. Correct? Jati is to bhinna jatiya bheda prayojika. So this jati and samsthana are bheda prayojaka, but they themselves are not bheda. Okay. So that he is saying first. Okay. At least in the Vyavahara, people understand like that. So we are going along with that for now. And then what he says, interesting. So evam vedasya samsthanatva jatitva abhavadeva pratiyogi sapekshatvam. So now he is going to something else. He is saying bheda is not the same as samsthana or jati. Okay, it is not the same. So in the bheda itself, when we try to understand bheda, always you require a pratiyogi sapekshatvam. Means you have to have a pratiyogi. Without that, there is no bheda. Because when you say difference, difference of what? From what? Both these things you have to have. What is different from what? If you ask like that, only bheda makes any sense. Okay, so like that, so he is explaining that ghatasya patat bhedaha iti gataha patat bhinnaha iti cha. So gata is different from pata, or gata has the pata bheda. Like this, two things are required. Even for abhava, it is similar. So he will talk about that again. But jati and samsthana are not like that. That is why jati and samsthana are different from bheda. So there is no vyavahara that bheda itself is some entity or anything. Correct? Natu bhedaha iti binnaha iti cha vyavaharaha. So there is no vyavahara of bheda or bhinna by itself. There is nothing called difference by itself. Okay. So here he is saying similar to what yata ghata bhavaha pata bhava ityeva abhavasya pratiyogi sapekshatvena vyavaharaha natu abhavaha iti. So even abhava is same. It always requires a pratiyogi, the whatever the counter. With the counter only you can talk about the non-existence or abhava. Non-existence of what? Where? Like that, even for abhava we have to ask. Pratiyogi, anuyogi and all is required. So the vyavahara is always with a pratiyogi only for abhava. Abhava by itself, there is nothing called abhava. Similarly, in or Veda also by itself, nothing is there. It always requires a pratiyogi sapekshatvam is there for that. It requires a pratiyogi, a counter. But what this samsthana or jati are not like that. He is saying tan nirapekshatvena samsthana jatyo hotu na pratiyogi sapekshatvam. So the individual, whatever the qualities in a cow does not require any pratyoga, right? I can perceive it or cognize it as it is without bringing a counter positive or whatever. So kambu grivadi akaraha sasana ghatatvam gotvam iti tan nirapekshatvena eva vyavahara. So these things, like the pot is having a particular shape, it is having a neck, etc., or the cow is having a dewlap and cowness and partness, etc., I can understand without bringing in any pratiyogi. Therefore, what? Tataha samsthana jatyoho sunirupatvepi bhedaha durnirupaha eva abhava padarthavat. So this samsthana jati etc., you can say is established by pratyaksha. We can also accept it in vyavahara. Understand that. Okay, but bheda itself is durnirupa only even now, because bheda is not the same as samsthana or jati. It always requires the pratiyogi like abhava. So what is the problem if there is a pratiyogi, you may ask? The problem we'll see. Also he says what? Nacha drishtante vivadaha abhavasya durniroopatvat. Okay. He is now saying, don't say that abhava itself is sunirupaha, because we are giving abhava as a drishtanta to say that bheda is durnirupa. So he is saying the drishtanta itself you cannot also have a vivada on that. Abhava is durnirupaha only, like that. Why? That also he is explaining. Tata hi kim abhavaha asti uta nasti. So now with reference to abhava, there can be a question whether it is there or not there. What will you say? You cannot say anything. So first he is establishing that abhava itself is durnirupa by asking this question. And now what is the answer? Na adyaha. It cannot be abhava, it is there. Abhavasya astitva yogat. Abhava by itself cannot be there. There is a thing called abhava. Then can you say it is not there? Means abhavasya abhavaha eva iti katam abhava siddhihi. If it is not there, means how can you say it is there? You cannot even talk about abhava then. So you cannot say abhava is there. You cannot say abhava is not there. Both are problematic. So what do we do? Therefore he says atha parisheshat sadasad anirvachyam eva abhava swarupam. So abhava is anirvachya. It is sadasad vilakshana only. It cannot be said that abhava is there or abhava is not there. So it is anirvachya. No, this anirvachya is not, people are not very happy with this anirvachaniya or anirvachya, that it is not categorizable as existing or non-existing or any other binary categories you cannot fit into. That is what is anirvachyam. So it is uncategorizable, means they don't like that. So he is saying, nacha kasmad anirvachyatva abhyubhagamaha abhavasya iti vachyam. So the Purvapakshi is saying, how can you say that abhava is anirvachya? Abhava is not, let us take it as it is not there only. There is nothing called abhava. Okay. If you say that, then we say, then how do you have vyavahara? Nasti iti vyavahara is there. Something is not there, there is a vyavahara. Correct? Pot is not there, clay is not there, vyavahara is there. So nasti iti vyavahara. Also what? Vyavahara. Anyatha anupatya abhava kalpanasya kartavyatvat. So this nasti, there is a vyavahara. If abhava is not there, then how can you have any vyavahara that it is not there? So from that we have to at least, there is a kalpana. You have to imagine about this abhava. So, like even he is talking about ajnanam also here. Yata jagat karya anyatha anubhavatya jagat karanam ajnanam kalpyate tadvat. So, if jagat is there and jagat is karya, then we have to have a karana for jagat. In reality, Brahman itself cannot be the karanam also. Therefore, this avidya or ajnanam or maya, we have to anyatha anubhavati is there. Otherwise, it is not possible. There has to be a karana, and therefore we have to have a kalpana of ajnanam or maya. Like that here also, since there is a vyavahara that something is not there, there has to be a abhava kalpana. Abhava has to be postulated, he is saying. Like even we are postulating a jagat karanam, which is ajnanam or maya. Okay. So now up to having this is all mostly he is talking about our Siddhanta only. Now he is going into specifically what Sudarshana is saying in the Shruta Prakashika. Yad atra uttam Shruta Prakashikayam Bhedaha Sunirupaha eva Karyotpatti Anurupatvam hi Karanasya Sunirupatvam Karyotpatya Karanasya tad Anurupatvam Siddhamiti tad asat. Okay, why did he even go into this avidya or ajnana being karya and karana, etc.? You can understand now, because in the Shruta Prakashika, Sudarshanacharya is saying what? Veda is sunirupaha. Veda is clearly we can establish. Okay. How? Because the whatever is there in the Karana is only there in the Karya, is saying. So Karyotpatti Anurupatvam hi Karanasya. So the Karana is there, it is continuing. Whatever is there in the Karana Guna has to continue in the Karya, and Karyotpatya Karanasya tad Anurupatvam Siddhamiti tad Asat. So since the Karana is creating a Karya, the Karya and Karana are different, and whatever is there in the if the Veda is there in the Karana, the Veda will be there in the Karya also. So the Veda Anuvritti is there, like this they are talking about, and whatever is there in the Karana has to be there in the Karya. This is also they are this, in fact, the Advaitins, we don't accept that also. Okay. Kar, Karana Anurupatvam can be there in the Karya. We are not denying that, but we don't accept it as a rule. Okay. That we'll see now. So he is now trying to establish Bheda based on this Karya and Karana, and Karya is different from Karana, etc. No, that is not true. Why? Ghata Rupa Karya Utpatya Vridrupa Karanasya Karyotpatti Anurupatva Rupa Sunirupatva Darshanayapi Sarpopatya Rajoho Karyotpatya Anurupatva Rupa Sunirupatva Adarshanena Vibhichara. Okay, so now this Gatarupa Karya Utpatti is there. We accept. Okay. One Karana is giving rise to another Karya. So the whatever the Mridrupa continues in the Gata. So Gatarupa Karyotpatya, Midrupa Karanasya Karyotpatti Anurupatva is there. So the Mrit continues in the Karya, which is Gata. Okay. So that Anurupatvam is there. We accept in that case. But it is not the same for Raju Sarpa. The Raju qualities are not there in Sarpa. There is no Anurupatvam of Raju in the Sarpa. Understand that. So Sarpotpatya Rajoho Karyotpatti Anurupatva Rupa Sunirupatva Adarshanena Vibhichara. So there is a situation where this does not hold true. Okay. In the case of Raju Sarpa, this Karana Anuvritti into the Karya is, you cannot say it is Sunirupa, because the Karana and Karya are totally different. Okay, now the Purvakam says, no, whatever you say is not correct. There is no creation of, you cannot say the Raju is the Karana for Sarpa. Sarpa is not a Karya and Raju is not a Karana. In fact, they have an Anyata Khyati, I think. Anyata Khyati means they say that a real Sarpa which is there somewhere else, but it is appearing here. Like that they say. Anyata Khyati. So, Kintu Anyata Khyati eva iti vachyam. So, Anyata Khyati means even the whatever shell silver, they say that there is a real silver in the jeweler shop, but that alone is appearing. That real silver is appearing here. So, in fact, they don't even accept it as a Bhranti, I think. Yatartham Sarvam Jnanam is what they say. The Vishishtadvaitins say that all Jnana is Yatartha. They have another logic also for that. Because of, I think, Panchikarana and all that. So, everything is there in everything. Something like that, they have another logic. But anyway, here, their Khyati-vada is different. So, they are saying Rajoho. So that Sarpa is a real Sarpa. It is not born from the Raju. That is their contention. Okay. So here he is saying Anyata Khyati eva. It is Anyata Khyati. Something which is there somewhere else is appearing here. Okay. And what is he saying? Valmikadi Deshantara. Okay. Deshantarastha Sarpasya ayamiti purovartitvena grahana yoga. But then what do we say? If he says anyata khyati, we say the sarpa is there in some other place, in the ant hill or whatever. Normally the snakes go and occupy whatever is built by the ants, correct? So the Valmikadi Deshantarastha Sarpasya. So the snake is there in some other burrow. How can you then see it as here? Correct? This. Ayamiti Purovarti Tattvena means what? Something which is right in front of you as this. You cannot say that Sarpa is appearing here as this. This cognition of the snake which is there somewhere else is not tenable. It is not proper. So we don't accept Anyata Khyati. Okay. Then what? Nacha Sarpavad idam amshaha api brahma vishayaha eva iti vachyam. Okay. Or you cannot say that this also is Brahma. Can somebody say that? Means no, that is not possible. Why? Idam amshasya chakshus samprayogam vina rajata brahma anudayat. Okay. So if the idam amsha is not cognized, if something is not cognized as this, then any Brahma itself is not possible. It will be total ajnana, correct? If something is not cognized as this, then you can really not have any Adhyasa itself. Brahma itself is not possible, whether it is Rajata Brahma or Sarpa Brahma, whatever it is, whether it is still silver, rope, snake, any kind of erroneous cognition is not possible if some object as this itself is not available. So that has to be accepted. Okay. And that this itself is not a Brahma. This is really there. Something is there. Okay. Okay. Brahmat prageva siddhasya idam amshasya na Brahma Vishayatvam also what? This has to be first known. Something is there as this. Then only the projection happens. Okay, the Brahma, the erroneous cognition can happen. So whatever is already available as this due to a Pramana Vyapara, that is a Pramana Vyapara, we say. We also agree. That cannot be taken as a Brahma or whatever, wrong cognition or erroneous cognition. So whatever you say, we cannot accept. Further, what kincha jagat karyotpatya brahmanaha api karyotpatti anurupatva rupa sunurupatvam naiva drishyate. Also, if you take jagat karanam brahma, Brahman is Sachidananda. Jagat is not Sachidananda. Jagat is Jada, correct? And Anitya and Dukkha Rupa. Where is the Karana Anuvritti into the Karya? Therefore, even with reference to the Jagat Karya and Brahman being the Karana, this Karyotpatti Anurupatva is not there. Okay, Naiva Drishyate. Pratyuta Jagat Karyotpatti Ananurupatvam Eva Drishyate. So the Jagat Karya and Brahma Karana do not have anything which is continuing. Okay, continuing qualities or continuing characteristics are not there between even the Brahma Karanam and Jagat Karyam. Why? Sachidananda Lakshanat Brahmanaha Katam Andrita Jada Dukhatmaka Jagat Karyotpattihi iti. So Brahman is Sachidananda Lakshana. But Jagat is what? It is all Andrita, Jada and Dukha. Completely opposite. So that is how Jagat Karyotpatti is there. So there is no Karana Anuvritti into the Karya. The Karana's qualities or characteristics are not continuing into the Karya, even with reference to the Jagat, the world creation, if you take. So now he also has to accept. So, okay, what? Nacha Ajnanam eva Jagat Karanam iti Vachyam, but Ajnana, Brahman is not Jagat Karanam, Ajnanam is Karanam. I don't know whether really Vishishtaadvaitins will say this, but here Bellangonda is putting that as a Purvapaksha actually. Nacha Ajnana Meva. Don't say that Ajnana is the Jagat Karanam. Why? Because Shruti is talking about Brahman as Jagat Karanam, correct? Yato va ityadi Shruti Virodha. So basically what we are trying to establish is that Karana Anuvritti need not be there in the Karya. Okay. So, and the Karana has to be there. So here, Jnanam alone also is not the Jagat Karan. That's how we have to take it. Ajnanam eva, he is putting, which is correct in one way. We also don't say Ajnana alone is Jagat Karanam because Ajnana itself depends on Brahman alone for its very existence, or Ajnanam or Maya. So that way we can consider this. This is still okay, even from a Siddhanta standpoint, because you have put the eva kara is there. So Ajnanam eva Jagat Karanam, nobody can say. Even the Advaitins, the Siddhantins also, we don't say that. Therefore, because we also quote the Shruti for that. Brahman is the Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam. That is the Brahma Lakshanam which is given. Okay. Nacha Brahma Nimitta Karanam Ajnanam Tad Upadanam iti Vachyam. Also they can say what? No, no, Brahman, even though the Shruti is talking about Brahman as Karanam, Brahman is only Nimitta Karana. When we say Karana Anuvritti, the Karana Anuvritti is not for the Nimitta Karana. Correct? The potter does not come with the pot. Only the clay comes along with the pot. So we are talking about Karana Anuvritti, only the Upadana Karana. And in this case, Jagat is, the Brahman is only Nimitta Karanam. And Ajnana is really the Upadana Karana. That is why Jagat is whatever, Jada, Andrita, etc. Dukkha, Swarupa. Okay. Even that you cannot say. Why? Because even the Sutra is talking about Brahman as the both the Nimitta and Upadana Karana. Prakritischa Drishtanta Anurodhat iti Sutra Virodhat. Not only Sutra Virodha, so many the Upanishad, Vedanta Vakya also are there. Based on that only the Sutra is there. Therefore it is, you are going against Brahma Sutra and the Vedanta. Therefore what? Tasmad Vichara Asahatvam eva vastunaha durniroopatvam. So what is this durniroopatvam means? See, you think that something is there, but when you analyze it, when you do vichara, it is not there. It cannot tolerate vichara. Such things only we call as durnirupa or mithya. Understand that. Maya means what, or mithya means what? It appears. But when you analyze, it is not there. Yama sa maya. That's why we say that which is not there when you analyze, that alone, but that which appears to be there, that is maya, that is mithya. That is what we call durnirupatvam. That which cannot be established conclusively. You cannot establish it as truth. You cannot establish it conclusively. Means what? A vastu which cannot be established conclusively means that which is not there once you analyze it. Such entities only are durnirupa, we are saying. In fact, the only vastu which is there after we do a vichara is Brahman alone. Everything else we cannot establish really. Okay, but even the modern science is also accepting the entire macro world. You cannot establish it conclusively. Understand that. Therefore, vastunaha nirupatvam means what? Vichara asahatvam. Only it is that. And therefore what? Tacha bhedasya asti iti darshitameva. And even for the bheda also it is there. You cannot establish whether bheda is there or it is not there. It appears to be there, which is okay. So many things are, the entire world is like that in fact. Okay. Therefore, you are saying that something is there in the karana and then it is coming in the karya. Karana itself, they are saying some bheda is there. Correct? In Brahman itself, they say that bheda is there. There is a chit, jada, etc. Bheda is there in Brahman, according to them. And that is what is continuing into the karya also, etc. So we don't accept all that. Okay. So bheda itself cannot be there. Anywhere you cannot establish, in fact, whether in the karana or karya. So he is continuing that. This we'll see. tomorrow. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.